Welcome to the Scoop School podcast, where we tackle your conundrums about the retail ice cream and frozen dessert business. And now, here's your host.
He believes both revenge and dessert should always be served cold.
The ice cream bloke and self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School, Steve Christensen.
G'day ice cream lovers, Steve Christensen here, the ice cream bloke. Welcome. We're gaining ever so close to that magic number 100. I'll tell you what, in the game of cricket, 100 is a century. It's basically a check on your lipstick case to say that you are an awesome cricketer if you've hit 100 runs in a game. Same way, I think this is an awesome podcast. So nice to have you here. Once we get that 100th episode under our belt, look, it's all plain sailing from there. If you would like to get in on the action and win our prize pack, our extract pack prize pack with vanilla extract and all other types of extract, both from Lockheed Vanilla and from Green Mountain Flavors, go to scoopschool.com, click on the podcast tab, fill out the form, and on our live 100th episode, we will pick out the winner. Now, very thankful for our episode sponsor this week, which is iRice & Company. Now, you've heard me talk about iRice before. They really cut their teeth on water ice products, best water ice products around. But since the addition of a few key personnel, and you know who I'm talking about, Rod, came on board, they've really developed this outstanding line of fudges, of variegates, of base flavors. You really do need to check them out. Go to a trade show, have a taste. They're nearly at all the different trade shows, but go to iriceco.com, iriceco.com, and have a look at the big range of flavors and toppings. Everything that goes in or on ice cream, you'll find it at iriceco.com. Excuse me, thank you for your episode sponsorship. Now, simple principle today. I'd like to think that the podcast is pretty helpful just in the little things as well as the big business principles. Nothing worse in the ice cream industry than a poorly presented sundae, and part of this poorly presented sundaes and things that go wrong is a cherry avalanche. You don't want to have a cherry avalanche. It looks bad. The cherry's not sitting on top like it should. It's rolled down the side of your whipped cream. It leaves a streak as it goes, or a skid mark, if you will. Just not pretty. So something very simple to do. We're using Ready Whip today. Regardless of whether you use Ready Whip or fresh whipping cream or a whipped cream machine, here's the thing. When you get to the point where you are extracting your whipped cream to the end here, take the nozzle and just push it down into the cream. And you'll see right here that it gives you this kind of cradle. And that cradle is what your cherry sits in. So you'll take your cherry, I'm using a non-stemmed cherry, and I sit it right in that cradle. So what ends up happening is I can tip it this way, I can tip it that way, I can tip it forward, I can tip it back, but the cherry doesn't roll off because it's in this little cradle, this little handheld, delicate position here, and it won't roll off because you've basically created a crevice or a cavity for that to sit in. Look, it's a very simple thing, but I can't tell you how many ice cream shops I go into and see this cherry avalanche and think, oh, we could have prevented this tragedy by just dipping that nozzle, again, all the way around, push the nozzle into the product and then out again. The well or the cavity that nozzle keeps will be like a little hand. You put your cherry in the hand, and I'm telling you, it's one of the simplest tricks you'll find out in the ice cream industry, but it'll go a long way to improving the presentation of your product. That's about it today. Very simple one. Again, keep subscribing, whether you're listening on YouTube, watching on YouTube or listening on the iTunes. Hey, hit subscribe. It's great to have you all here. Looking forward to our 100th episode. Thank you again for Rod Oranger and the whole crew there at iRice Co. Keep on scooping, folks. We'll see you in the next episode.